What's up, everybody? We are doing the final of the King of Spooks tournament. We have went through 8 of the most popular monsters of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The very first series of Scooby-Doo. If you want to go back and watch any of those, they're in the description. And then I'm also going to throw up the title cards of the videos, or thumbnails. So that way, if you guys really want to go back and watch them, which would be very appreciative, and going back and watch them. But in this episode, I'm not going to have a video cam on. Instead, I'm just going to let the photos of everything I've found pertaining of our competitors today, which will be Spooky Space Kook and the Phantom Shadows. And that way you guys can just fully see those instead of having like the little blur pics here and there. Trying some new stuff out. So yeah, let's get into it with our first of the 5 factors. We put our monsters through to see how they rank up against each other. First up, the fear factor. Now, Spooky Space Kook, he has the bone-chilling laugh. The Phantom Shadows, they have a good laugh that goes with them. Now, when it comes to it, his glowing skull and eerie echo in the empty airfield give him a supernatural dread few others match. However, the Phantom Shadows, they have their own typical thing they also do when they are in the mansion. They do the laughter, they have the chain rattlings. It's all very, very scary. I can still hear it to this, like right now, and I haven't seen the episode in a couple of days. Same with the Spooky Space Kook, but that one's more every time. Also, if you guys hear anything wild happening in the background, it is my cat. I have a cat. His name is Nibs. Won't tell you his full name because YouTube will demonetize this video, and I don't want that. But yeah, he's scurrying around chasing the lasers. That way I can do this because he needs to be active. Next, the design and style. Now, Spooky Space Kook is a floating astronaut suit with a glowing red skull, that otherworldly blue light, futuristic, detailed, simply unforgivable. Or not unforgivable, unforgettable. And because of that, it has been used so many times. Now, we've talked about the design and style through the different episodes, movies, all that type stuff. Go watch his specific episodes, and I talk a little bit more about those. The Phantom Shadows are so simple. The twin figures, glowing green mist, tattered robes, chilling presence. Sorry if it just sounded like I screamed in your ear. I did not mean to. But I'm still working with my noise gate and gain and all this. I'm not much tech-wise smart when it comes to it. But when it comes to the design and style, simply, I think it's just gonna be a tie. There is too much potential for both of them. They've been used so many times. If you don't think it's a tie, that's me. I want to know why. So also down in the comments, if you don't think that this should be a tie, let me know. I would be awesome to be informed about why you think that the Phantom Shadows are better than the Spooky Space Kook when it comes to the design and style, while the Spooky Space Kook it has more design and style than the Phantom Shadows. I'd love to hear it. Now, next is the impact and legacy. Now, this one I very, very much agree with. So, Spooky Space Kook is one of the most merchandise and reference villains ever. Unfortunately, when thinking about it, he didn't have a Lego set when the Lego series came out, and I kind of find that a little hard to believe. Like, it kind of feels bad because that would have been so cool to get, even for like Lego collectors, having like the little helmet of his. Yeah, you could use a Mr. Freeze helmet. Like, there's one guy on YouTube who has made it, and I think it's pretty cool. There's the Funko Pops, video games, cameos in Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. The Phantom Shadows, they have been beloved. They appear mostly in older shows. Let's not forget, as I mention every single episode with the Phantom Shadows, the Neapolitan Ghost, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. They have those. Yes, it was in an ice cream shop, so it kind of matched up, but still. When it comes to the impact and legacy, I'm giving it to I'm not the Phantom Shadows. I almost said Phantom Shadows. No, I'm giving it to the Spooky Space Kook. Also, if you've noticed, like around in this area, I'll put in more photos of the Spooky Space Kook, fan art, costumes, all that type of stuff. Story strength. Now, with the Spooky Space Kook, it's a great atmosphere with a strong mystery. But it is predictable. It is the lower or later episodes, I believe. No. Yeah, I'm thinking Captain Cutler. I keep getting Captain Cutler and Spooky Space Kook mixed up together. Those were last episode. But The Phantom Shadows, A Night of Fright is No Delight, is one of the franchise's most. It could be the most acclaimed, but it could be the most viewed, other than the first one, The Black Knight Ghost. Multiple suspects, ghostly visuals, perfect pacing, and that eerie inheritance plot. For all that, hands down, The Phantom Shadows to me practically was the blueprint for a perfect Scooby-Doo storytelling episode. So for story strength, I'm giving it to The Phantom Shadows. Now, when it comes to the difficulty to catch, Spooky Space Kook used illusions, glowing lights, psychological tricks. He had that one huge, like all those copies of the Spooky Space Kook in hangar bays, I believe those were, or garage bays. That was pretty cool. I still remember that to this day. I love it so much. But the Phantom Shadows were creepy and spectral. But once unmasked, it wasn't too complicated. They almost did do a lot of, like, last episode I talked way more about their difficulty to catch. It was really awesome. The gang did struggle, however, more when it came to Spooky Space Kook. He controlled, like, the entire airfield. The Green Ghost, they did have the entirety of the mansion to use, but they didn't use it all often. I felt like they used the entirement of the airfield when it came to the difficulty to catch. So Spooky Space Kook wins that. And now, in our final score, our final moments wrapping up this video, Spooky Space Kook wins 3-1-1. He won the fear factor, the impact and legacy, and the difficulty to catch. However, design and style was a tie, and the story strength went to the Phantom Shadows. Now, wrapping up these final moments, I just want to say I had a blast making this series, and I can't wait to make the next series. So I hope you guys come and watch that as well with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I already did the like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff down below. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. I have a couple fan frights coming up, so I hope you guys come out and watch those with me. Peace.